Good morning, gamers. So today I'm going to go over a quick method for how to kill Arma off task, which is quite a niche thing to say, but when you go dry for an Armadyl chest plate, you know, times are tough, so you do have to go off task to get the chest plate and move on with your life. So for off task Arma, I do recommend at least using chins. So this is what my inventory setup looks like. So make sure you bring an ancient item so you can go to next, and I will tell you why later. But in short, essentially what we're doing is we're doing an Arma trip, and then instead of teleporting out, we're just leaving the place, going to next, getting the KC, and then using the next bank to re-gear and then walk back to Arma. And by doing so, we don't actually need to use any ecumenical keys except for the first one, for the first trip. So that is very convenient in terms of doing Arma. So that is the plan. So I'm going to show you quickly. So firstly, let's just get to Arma. So I'm going to do that now. Now you might notice I don't have a Zami item. I could bring Zami bracers, but then that would reduce my mage defense. So I think I'd rather not. You can see, yeah, see I lose 12 range defense. So let's pre-pot this. And you know what, I'm going to bring bastions too, because I have a lot of them. And perfect. Quick prayers are going to be range, rigor, and preserve. I don't bring divine pots. I don't think it's I mean it's worth it. It's just I can't be asked, so I don't do it. Now when you get here, you have to be careful because you don't want to get aggroed. And usually I would drop some stuff. Use this features, search, throw grapple. And you can use this to cross over. I would drop 3 potions here. I'd also grab a second grapple just in case this one breaks. Cross back. So it didn't break, so I can drop the dupe. Oh. Did not mean to attack you, buddy. And that's that. So you can see I cross with a full inventory of supplies, which is really good. Now you gotta watch out for the Zami guys over here. But let's just go straight into private instance. Now what I do is I use a T-bow until everything's lured properly. Let's click. So having the Justy helm over the Slayer helm does give you extra range defense, which does help quite a lot for Arma. So I do definitely notice that I'm more tanky. But once you finish chinning the minions, the T-bow DPS is really bad off task. It's like a 25% chance that you'll roll the accuracy. So that can be frustrating. Just gotta keep that in mind. And you always have to be ready to brew up. You will get slapped. But so far, I see that was a good hit. So once I get this kill, I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to come back at the end of my trip, hopefully without dying. So you see I used 28 chins for that kill. So it's around 30 chins per kill, 35 chins. I'm using red chins though. If you use black chins, it'll be a little less. But that's up to you, it's personal preference. It's 1 kill. It's too early, man. I'm missing all my flicks. I need to remember, since you're off task, to kill the minions is slower too, so you want to make sure you're low fast. And that's it. So I'm gonna be right back. So one thing I did forget to mention is you do have to keep a crossbow to get back. If you have a max cape, you can still get a new one, but if you don't, you do want to keep a crossbow. Okay, well that's the end of my trip. So when you finish your trip, you can simply just teleport from the Armadyl altar. And you can see now I got 25 kill trip, which is pretty good. But I was running low on restores and I wasn't able to kill the boss fast enough, so that's the end of my trip. Now it's important to keep your crossbows, I mentioned earlier, so you can grapple back. Now you're gonna go straight to next, which is right next to you. Over here. And since you have an ancient item already equipped, like in my case, I can just get KC right away. So I'm going to kill the spiritual mages with a T-bow. You can also kill the reavers with a T-bow. And you can also tag them all in AFK if you want to take a break. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to kill them fast. Now since I have a master diary completion, it only takes me 33 KC to enter. But it might take a little more for you. It's also important you get poisoned here, so make sure you grab an anti-poison. So the kills per hour are pretty decent, 21 kills an hour, and that was a 25 kill trip. I still have a couple chins left. I could have maybe squeezed an extra 2 kills, but I got pretty unlucky with the last minion. I wasn't able to kill it, so I wasn't able to regen my prayer back. But even 25 kill trip is really good. There's also another trick you can use where if you kill Arma and you still have full HP, you can leave the room and enter, and then that'll make Arma instantly respawn. So that's a good way to save a minute or two. You don't have to do that though. It's not required. I didn't bother because it's fine. Also, this method that I'm showing you here is probably worth doing for Sarah, but I don't think it's worth doing for Bandos or Zami, just because you can get the KC so fast. And especially with how fast you can get next KC, it definitely outbeats getting an EQ key, which is really annoying. So perfect, 34. I'm gonna enter the next room and I'm gonna re-gear. Another downside too is I can't do my my clue scrolls. So bank, bank. I'm gonna regen my prayer. More. And then re-gear and go straight back in. So extremely simple. Very convenient too. I'm just gonna grab a grapple just so I don't have to bother with using my my own grapple. And 2 more brews. My pre-pots. And also have to re-get my. I have to get more chins. Another 700. And let's go back. That easy. I know that some UIMs might be doing this method too because it is quite convenient. I plan to do it until I run out of chins for the infamous Arma chest play. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Very simple. Hopefully it's useful. I don't think it's efficient to do per se. You might get ragged by people in other discords saying that this is stupid. But you know what? I can't be asked skipping for an Arma task, so here I am. So cheers, guys.